I'm the Scrub and you're here for one reason. A vampire. You want me to fight a vampire. Nope. Hello, RSPCA? I'd like to report a situation involving ancient creatures and their inhumane habitat conditions. No, this is a working environment, technically. I have to fill out how many f***ing forms? One moment, I've got to kill a vampire. Time to learn about Asphodelos, the Fourth Circle. Simplified. The arena will be surrounded by spikes. Touching any of these spikes will cause you to lose the game by way of
fatality.
Elegant Evisceration is a circular cleaving tank buster, so unless you want to become a vampire's bitch, don't stand with the tank. Setting the scene will place curtains over quadrants of the arena. In the beginning, there will be only one curtain at a time, but as the fight progresses, there will be multiple curtains at the same time. As the curtains glow red and disappear, they will reveal an element in the square. You'll need to stay away from the middle of each of these squares as they will give a dot tick for as long as you're inside the middle of each square. Electrocution for the electric vines, dropsy for the water spout, and pollen for the poison puddle. The caster pin axe will cause one of the elemental quadrants to surge and activate. If the electric vines begin to spark, this will be a proximity marker from the middle of the arena, so you'll need to get to the corners of the arena as much as possible to reduce the overall damage to you. This can easily one-shot you if you don't get away far enough. If the water spout bursts like a fountain, it will be a knockback from the middle of the arena. You'll need to make sure that you position yourself to be knocked towards the corners or use knockback immunity to nullify the push. If you are too far away from the middle of the arena, you could get knocked into the wall. And if the poison puddle surges, everyone will get a point-blank AoE on them, so everyone will need to spread out and avoid overlapping these AoEs. Much later on in the fight, if you end up seeing it, there will be a lava quadrant. Standing in the middle of this lava quadrant will give you a burn dot tick. If the lava quadrant begins erupting, one player in the party will get a stack marker. Group up to share the damage. Decolation is a room-wide AoE. Hesperos will turn to a random party member and cast Hell Skewer, which is a straight line AoE directed towards where this party member was standing. Just dodge to the side to avoid it. If you get hit by this, it will give you a Vol stack. Hesperos will move into the middle of the arena and cast either northerly, southerly, westerly, or easterly shift. This will be accompanied with either his sword or his cloak, which are in his hands, to begin to glow. On the side of the arena that is indicated by his cast, there will be a marker with either the symbol of the cloak or the sword, whichever one is glowing. If the sword is glowing and being shown on the marker, the boss will teleport to this marker and perform a massive conal AoE towards the open area of the arena, with the only safe zone being in the corners beside the marker. If you don't get into the safe zone in time, you'll get a Vol stack. If the cloak is glowing and being shown on the marker, the boss will teleport to this marker and perform a knockback from this position that will push you about 70% of the way across the arena. If you're pointed to the sides of the arena, you'll more than likely be pushed into the wall, so you'll need to make sure that you're pushed to the open area of the arena or use knockback immunity to nullify the push. The cast of Blood Rake will be a room-wide AoE that will be followed up with one of two attacks: Balloon Coils or Balloon Bursts. Balloon Coils will create 4 meteor circles on the ground of the arena. Each of them will have a roll icon in them, but these icons will have a red X through them. This means that the meteor cannot be taken by that roll, so the other two rolls will have to make sure that they are the ones in this circle. If you stand in the circle that doesn't want your roll, you'll get a hard hit and a Vol stack. If a circle is missed completely, it will explode and give everyone a Vol stack. Balloon Bursts will have 8 green orbs appear around the arena. All of these will tether to one player each, normally the closest player to them. When they tether, they will all have the same roll icons as before with an X through them. These will follow the player that they are tethered to. If you pop an orb, you will get a stack of the debuff Thrice Come Ruin. You are allowed to take, at most, 2 stacks of this. If you get 3 stacks of this, you will be hit with Doom, and there's nothing that you can do to stop it. So you'll be able to watch the Doom count down as you regret your life choices that have led to this moment. So make sure that you only take 2 orbs at most. And if you take an orb that doesn't want your roll, you'll just get a harder hit than normal. From here, Hesperos will begin to overlap and repeat mechanics until it has been defeated. Congratulations, you have completed the raid series of Pandæmonium Asphodelos. My name is the Scrub. Thank you for watching.